The basin of Blind Frog Ranch has always been a place that resists easy answers. Its valleys are steeped in silence, its caverns carved by ancient water, and its soil filled with whispers of lost civilizations. Generations of explorers have come and gone, convinced that beneath its rugged surface lies a fortune. Now, with rumors of Aztec rocks buried in the heart of Utah's stone labyrinth, the mystery has taken on a new urgency. Some claim these relics could be worth millions, not merely for their gold or silver content, but for the knowledge they carry from a vanished empire. Echoes of a distant empire, the Aztec Empire, with its monumental temples and fierce warriors, left behind artifacts that transcended material wealth. Stones carved with symbols of gods, obsidian blades black as night, and codices written in a script of stars and serpents were objects of reverence. If such rocks have indeed traveled northward into the folds of Blind Frog Ranch, the implications ripple far beyond fortune hunting. Legends suggest that fleeing priests, chased by the chaos of Spanish conquest, carried sacred stones out of Tenochtitlan. Some believe these emissaries moved north, hiding relics where no empire could touch them. Over centuries, stories mixed with myth, until treasure hunters began to suspect that the caves of Utah might house fragments of that ancient exodus. The geological puzzle Blind Frog Ranch is more than just soil and stone. It is a puzzle carved in geological riddles. Caverns twist beneath the surface like the veins of some forgotten giant. The rock layers speak of cataclysmic floods and seismic upheavals, each shift hiding something older, stranger, and harder to reach. The caverns are said to be unstable, their walls slick with minerals that glisten under lamplight, as though hiding secrets of their own. It is within these underground chambers that explorers believe Aztec rocks might be concealed. Black basalt and carved markers could serve as directional guides. Strange etchings on stones unearthed near the ranch have long fueled speculation that they are not natural formations at all, but intentional placements, signs pointing deeper into the earth. Wealth beyond gold. The value of these rocks is not solely in precious metals. Yes, obsidian artifacts and gold-encrusted relics could fetch staggering sums, but scholars argue that the true worth lies in their historical context. Stones carved with glyphs or images of deities could unlock interpretations of Aztec cosmology long debated among historians. Imagine a single carved stone that details a forgotten migration, or a slab that aligns with astronomical positions unknown to modern science. To collectors, such objects might carry a monetary value in the millions. To humanity, they would represent a priceless bridge to a lost world. Signs on the surface above ground, evidence gathers slowly. Explorers of Blind Frog Ranch have recovered strange rocks unlike those of the surrounding terrain. Some shimmer with unusual coloration, suggesting they were carried from distant quarries. Others bear faint markings, lines too straight to be accidents of erosion, patterns that echo Mesoamerican motifs. Even skeptics cannot dismiss the weight of these discoveries. One stone, pulled from a shallow pit near a dry creek bed, appeared to resemble a serpent. Its scales were etched with uncanny precision. While critics argue that weathering can mimic such designs, the coincidence feels almost intentional. The price of pursuit fortune hunting has never been free of peril. The deeper teams dig into the ranch, the more dangers arise. Flooded tunnels threaten to collapse, toxic gases seep from hidden voids, and strange electromagnetic anomalies interfere with equipment. At times, it feels as though the land itself resists intrusion. Yet the lure of wealth and history continues to draw explorers. If even one authentic Aztec rock emerges from these depths, its sale could fund entire expeditions. Auction houses whisper of collectors prepared to bid millions. For treasure hunters, That promise of untold riches overshadows the risks of unstable caverns or poisoned air. The shadows of history. Every artifact carries its shadow. The discovery of Aztec rocks in Utah would ignite debates across archaeology, history, and indigenous studies. Did refugees from the empire truly reach this far north? Were sacred stones hidden deliberately, or are these merely coincidental resemblances carved by nature's hand? The answers could upend centuries of established history. The possibility that Aztec emissaries crossed deserts, mountains, and hostile territories to safeguard their treasures would reshape how historians understand post-conquest migrations. Such revelations, though priceless, would stir controversy. Governments might stake claims. Indigenous groups could demand the return of relics. Legal battles might rage even before the stones see the light of an auction hall. Mystique and market in the world of collectors, rarity breeds obsession. To own a fragment of Aztec stone not only offers tangible wealth but symbolic power. Each piece would serve as a private link to a vanished empire. The market would not treat these rocks as mere archaeological curiosities. They would become icons of prestige. Experts estimate that a single authentic stone, especially one bearing recognizable glyphs or designs, could sell for millions. Obsidian artifacts, already prized for their sheen and sharpness, could fetch astronomical prices if verified as Aztec in origin. Gold-adorned stones or relics of ceremonial use would command sums so high they defy imagination. The ranch as a nexus blend Frog Ranch stands at the intersection of legend, geology, and commerce. It has become a stage where history and greed collide. Explorers speak of the ranch as though it breathes, resisting some intrusions while offering glimpses of hidden pathways. The land itself seems to decide what truths to reveal and what to conceal. The surrounding region is laced with other mysteries. Petroglyphs etched into canyon walls, tales of Spanish gold mines lost to shifting sands, and stories of cursed treasures that doom those who claim them. Within this tapestry of folklore, the Aztec rocks are merely one thread, yet perhaps the most dazzling of all. Unanswered questions for all the speculation, the rocks remain elusive. Are they truly Aztec, or merely products of hopeful imagination? Could they be remnants of other indigenous cultures, misattributed by those desperate for discovery? Or are they natural formations twisted into myth by human longing for treasure? Each question draws the curious deeper into the mystery. Even skeptics find themselves captivated by the possibility. For if Blind Frog Ranch truly hides Aztec relics, the implications stretch across centuries and cultures, binding the high temples of Tenochtitlan to the hidden caverns of Utah. Fortune, buried in stone. The story of the Aztec rocks is not only about potential millions, but about humanity's restless search for meaning. Stones may carry wealth, but they also carry memory. To touch such a rock would be to bridge worlds, the world of conquistadors and empires, of priests fleeing with sacred burdens, of treasure hunters risking their lives in treacherous caves. Blind Frog Ranch remains a mystery because it reflects human desire itself. The urge to find, to own, to prove, and to uncover what lies just beyond reach. Perhaps the Aztec rocks do exist, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Or perhaps the real treasure is the endless pursuit. The stories spun, the legends kept alive, and the hope that somewhere beneath the Utah soil lies a key to the past. The land known as Blind Frog Ranch has long been a magnet for those drawn to the edge of myth and reality. Nestled in the rugged Utah landscape, the ranch is less a mere piece of property and more a living labyrinth of riddles. For years, whispers have swirled about caverns beneath the earth, chambers filled with secrets and artifacts that defy conventional explanation. Recently, attention has centered on a new possibility: the presence of Aztec rocks, relics that could be worth millions. To some, these are not simply objects of wealth but fragments of a vanished civilization, hidden far from their place of origin. Legends that stretch across continents. The Aztec Empire collapsed beneath the weight of conquest, its treasures plundered, its temples left in ruin. Yet history rarely ends cleanly. Accounts have long circulated of priests and warriors who fled the destruction, carrying with them sacred stones, idols, and relics. If these emissaries reached the wild landscapes of the north, they may have left fragments of their heritage embedded within mountains and valleys thousands of miles from their homeland. Blind Frog Ranch, with its maze of caves and subterranean rivers, stands as an unlikely stage for this possibility. The thought that rocks from the Aztec heartland might have traveled across deserts, plains, and mountains to be concealed in Utah stirs both awe and disbelief. Yet every mystery that emerges from the ranch seems to bend the boundary between the impossible and the real. The allure of the stones. Why would Aztec rocks be worth millions? The value extends beyond the glitter of gold or silver. These stones, if authentic, are vessels of history. Obsidian blades that once shimmered under temple fires, carved markers bearing the glyphs of gods, or ritual stones engraved with cosmological symbols would possess immense cultural weight. Collectors would pay staggering sums for the chance to own one, but scholars would see in them a chance to rewrite chapters of human history.